Are you healing, or are you just giving your trauma a more sophisticated name? Maybe you call it high standards. Maybe you call it independence. Maybe you call it protecting your energy. But what if it's still the same wound, just dressed in better language? By the end of this video, you might realize that some of the traits you're proud of aren't signs of healing at all. They're survival strategies that simply learned how to speak psychology. And there's one question that can expose the difference instantly. Stay with me. Part 1. The Rebrand Trap. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Trauma doesn't disappear just because you understand it. Awareness feels powerful. Insight feels like growth. Vocabulary feels like evolution. But sometimes it's just a rebrand. You don't avoid intimacy anymore. Now you say, I just value emotional independence. You don't fear rejection. Now you say, I don't chase anyone. You don't shut down during conflict. Now you say, I protect my peace. Here's the hard truth. Healing changes your nervous system. Rebranding only changes your language. If your body still goes into survival mode, you're not healed. You're adapted. And adaptation is not transformation. Part 2. 5 signs you're rebranding, not healing. 1. You feel triggered, but you call it discernment. Someone gives you feedback. You feel tension in your chest. You replay the conversation for hours. Instead of saying, that comment affected me more than I expected, you say, I just have strong boundaries. Boundaries are calm. Triggers are reactive. If your boundary feels like shutdown, tension, or emotional distance, that's not clarity, that's protection. 2. You isolate, but call it self-love. You say you're working on yourself, but you also haven't let anyone truly close in years. Self-love includes connection. Avoidance includes justification. There's a difference. 3. You intellectualize everything. You understand attachment styles. You know trauma responses. You can explain your patterns clearly. For example, instead of saying, when someone betrayed my trust in a way that left me feeling unsafe, you analyze it as, that activated my avoidant attachment dynamic. Insight is helpful, but insight without vulnerability can become emotional armor. 4. You confuse hyper-independence with strength. You don't ask for help. You rarely rely on anyone. You pride yourself on self-sufficiency. But ask yourself, did you choose independence, or did you learn it because trusting others once felt unsafe? Strength allows support. Survival avoids needing it. 5. You feel calm, but only when you're in control. Real healing tolerates unpredictability. Rebranded trauma needs control to feel safe. If your peace disappears the moment things feel uncertain, that's not peace. That's managed anxiety. The turning point. Here's the question I promised. If someone loved you deeply, consistently, safely, would you feel relaxed? Or uncomfortable? Your answer says more than you think. Because real healing feels safe in safety. Rebranded trauma feels suspicious in safety. If calm love feels boring, if stability feels unsettling, if kindness makes you restless, your nervous system may still associate intensity with connection. And that's not a flaw, it's conditioning. Part 3. Rebranding trauma is seductive. Because it lets you feel evolved without feeling vulnerable. It protects your identity. It prevents you from revisiting emotional discomfort. And in a culture where therapy language is everywhere, it's easy to build a personality around your coping mechanisms. But healing isn't aesthetic. It's uncomfortable. It's humbling. It requires letting go of identities that once protected you. And that can feel destabilizing. What real healing looks like. Real healing is quieter. It looks like staying in the conversation instead of withdrawing, saying, that affected me, instead of disappearing, letting someone support you, feeling activated, and choosing curiosity instead of blame, choosing connection even when it feels unfamiliar. It doesn't look dramatic. It feels unfamiliar in your body, but unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Sometimes it means growth. So ask yourself honestly, are you healing, Or have you just become highly articulate about your pain? The difference isn't in what you say, it's in what happens inside your body when someone gets close. When you're seen, when you're valued consistently, when you don't have to fight for reassurance. Do you relax? Or do you start searching for what's missing? Sometimes we're not avoiding toxic people, we're avoiding calm ones. Sometimes we're not afraid of discomfort, we're afraid of safety. If something in you feels slightly tense right now, just notice it. Look at your relationships. Look at your reactions. Look at your version of peace. And ask yourself, is it freedom or well-structured protection?